Welcome to Streaming News Network by Claude McDaniel. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Hunter Biden is reportedly living outside the United States as he faces mounting legal and financial challenges. According to a recent court filing submitted by his attorney, Biden now resides abroad and is unable to pay outstanding legal fees tied to multiple cases. The filing describes him as financially strained, with previously reported debts totaling approximately $17 million. The legal dispute involves claims from a law firm seeking payment for services related to prior tax and firearms cases, among other matters. While his exact location has not been disclosed, Biden has spent time in Cape Town in recent years, where he has expressed interest in splitting time between the United States and overseas. Despite his reported financial difficulties, he has recently traveled back to the United States, including a family gathering in California. The situation comes as his father, Joe Biden, continues to address his own health challenges. The legal case involving Hunter Biden remains ongoing, with further proceedings expected. This is Streaming News Network. New research is shedding light on a mysterious population decline in ancient Europe dating back more than 5,000 years. Scientists studying a massive burial site near Paris say a dramatic drop in population around 3,100 years before the Common Era may have been part of a wider continental crisis. The site, known as the Bury Tomb, contains the remains of hundreds of individuals and has provided key genetic and demographic clues. Researchers found evidence of a significant gap in burials, suggesting a sudden decline in local populations across parts of northern Europe. The study indicates that, in the years that followed, new groups migrated into the region, particularly from the Iberian Peninsula, helping to repopulate the Paris Basin around 2,900 years before the Common Era. Experts say the findings help explain how cultural and demographic shifts reshaped early European societies during the Neolithic period. The research adds to growing evidence that ancient population changes were driven by large-scale events, the causes of which are still being explored. This is Streaming News Network. Angel Cabrera has been eliminated from the Masters tournament after finishing near the bottom of the leaderboard. The former champion struggled throughout the event, ending at 16 over par, including a difficult second round marked by multiple double and triple bogeys. Cabrera, who won the tournament in 2009, did not speak publicly during the competition. His return to the Masters in recent years has drawn attention due to his past legal issues, including time served in prison following convictions related to domestic violence. Tournament officials have previously stated that, as a past champion who has served his sentence, he remains eligible to compete. Cabrera has acknowledged past wrongdoing and expressed a desire to move forward, though his participation has continued to generate debate among observers. With this year's early exit, his run at Augusta comes to a close. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Authorities in Texas say two suspects have been charged in the deaths of a husband and wife in a case now under investigation as capital murder. Officials identify the suspects as Cassandra Lang and Joby Williams, who are accused in the killings of Cherry Rabine and Stephen Rabine. Investigators allege the woman was killed at her home, and when her husband returned from work later that day, he was also killed. Deputies became aware of the situation after a welfare check was requested when the man failed to report to work. Evidence at the residence led authorities to locate one of the victim's vehicles, which was later stopped in another part of the state. Both suspects were taken into custody, and officials say one of them confessed to the killings during questioning. Authorities report the victim's remains were later recovered in a nearby remote area. Two children connected to the suspects were found safe and are now in protective care. The investigation remains ongoing as the case moves forward through the legal system. This is Streaming News Network. Consumer privacy concerns are growing as new details emerge about how smart televisions track viewing habits inside the home. Experts say a feature known as automated content recognition, or ACR, is commonly built into modern smart televisions and is often enabled by default. The technology works by analyzing what viewers are watching in real time, allowing companies to tailor advertisements and content recommendations. In some cases, that data may also be shared or sold to third parties seeking insight into consumer behavior. While streaming platforms like Netflix and Pluto TV already track user selections within their apps, ACR can go further by identifying content across multiple sources, including broadcast television and external devices. Privacy advocates warn that even when data is described as anonymous, the level of tracking may be more extensive than many users realize. Consumers are encouraged to review their television settings, where ACR features can typically be disabled to limit data collection. The issue highlights ongoing debates over digital privacy and how personal data is used in everyday technology. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Anne-Margrethe is recovering after suffering a broken elbow in a recent fall at her home. The 84-year-old Hollywood icon shared that the injury occurred during an accident, forcing her to cancel a scheduled public appearance. Despite the setback, she says she is already on the mend and remains in good spirits. The incident brings renewed attention to the star's long and resilient career, which spans more than 6 decades in entertainment. Anne-Margrethe rose to fame with standout performances in films such as Bye Bye Birdie and Viva Las Vegas, earning multiple awards and nominations along the way. Even in recent years, she has remained active, continuing hobbies like motorcycle riding and engaging with fans. Her latest update suggests she is focused on recovery and staying active despite the injury. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A tragic storm in Argentina has claimed the lives of a young couple after their vehicle was swept away by flash flooding. Authorities say Mariano Robles and Solana Albornoz were returning home from a wedding when severe weather intensified in the region. The couple reportedly paused their trip due to heavy rain but were later caught in rapidly rising floodwaters that carried their car into a canal. Emergency crews located the overturned vehicle hours later, where both victims were found deceased. The couple leaves behind 2 young children, who were being cared for at the time of the incident. Officials say the storm also claimed the life of a 12-year-old boy in a separate incident, as dangerous conditions swept through the region. An investigation into the circumstances surrounding the fatalities is ongoing. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Phil Mickelson is voicing concerns over recent course changes at Augusta National Golf Club during this year's The Masters tournament. Mickelson, a 3-time Masters champion, is not competing this year due to a family health matter but says he has been closely watching the tournament from home. In a social media post, he criticized modifications to the course's par 5 holes, particularly 13 and 15, arguing that added length has reduced scoring opportunities and diminished excitement on the back 9. Unusually firm and fast conditions have also influenced play, with many golfers choosing more conservative strategies rather than attempting aggressive shots toward the green. Mickelson suggested that extending the holes to counter modern driving distance may have had unintended consequences for the tournament's overall dynamics. The 6-time major winner says he will remain away from competition for an extended period while focusing on family matters. John Nolan, a veteran stage and screen performer, has died at the age of 87. Born in London, Nolan built a decades-long career in theatre, television, and film, earning recognition for his work with leading institutions such as the Royal Shakespeare Company and the National Theatre. He later gained broader audiences through television roles, including appearances in Person of Interest, where he portrayed a key antagonist. In film, Nolan appeared in several projects directed by his nephew, Christopher Nolan, including entries in the Batman trilogy and the war drama Dunkirk. His career spanned generations of entertainment, from classical stage productions to modern television and cinema. Nolan is survived by his wife, actress Kim Hartman, along with their children and grandchildren. This has been Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos and shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.